Okay, folks, welcome to the live stream for the 2020 Winter 18 and Under Championships. This is going to be the 7th and final session of this event. We're going to get started with the 400-yard individual medley right after we hear the national anthem. Just a moment. The 400 individual medley will be up first. Okay, so again, we'll defer to the public address for when our official start happens, but it'll be just about in 1 minute or so when the officiating team is ready. We'll be started with heat number 1 of 2 of the boys 18 and under 400-yard individual medley.
Okay, event number 12, boys 18 and under 400-yard IM. There'll be 2 heats. Pool record is 406.25. Heat number 1, 3 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, folks, in the water now is heat number 1 of 2 heats of the 400-yard individual medley. In lane 3 is going to be Sean Erdley, 4 is Sam Combe, and 5 Liam Simmons. The current pool record in this event is 406.25. Between the 3 swimmers in this heat and the 6 in the next heat, we've got 9 swimmers poised to possibly set a new record. Not a lot of entries for the 400 IM, but we'll see over the course of the next 2 heats. This is going to conclude the butterfly leg of heat number 1. 54.04 is the fastest butterfly split we got in the group. That belongs to Sam Combe. His seed time is a 4:10.17. He's got the fastest seed time in the heat, 4 seconds shy of the pool record. So if he's able to turn in a lifetime best by 4 seconds, he could be in pool record territory. We'll see where the math starts to add up at the halfway point. Okay, so checking in at the halfway point, the fastest 200 split, similarly to the 100, that still belongs to Sam Combe in lane 4. He was 156 at the 200 mark. Second in the group is definitely Liam Simmons. He sits about 2 body lengths behind Combe. Sean Erdley, 3 or 4 more body lengths behind that group. So the first 50 of breaststroke for Combe is going to be 35.02. So if he can turn in a 110 for the breaststroke, he will definitely be in a situation to put up a new lifetime best. Not sure if he'll reach the 406 marker, but based on the 156 200 split, we'll add 110 onto that. I'm assuming he can bring home the 100 freestyle under 104. Sam Combe is setting himself up for a new lifetime best and a Heat 1 win. This will be the transition right here from breaststroke to freestyle, 3:06.56. Well, if he can bring the freestyle back in a minute, he very well may have the pool record out of Heat 1. We'll see in 75 yards. Okay, so now as we see the first 50 freestyle split for Sam Combe, he's 28.37. If this 100 free leg ends up being a 56, well, he's going to be like 402 territory. So the pool record's 406. The lifetime best is 410. They're both going to get shattered right here. 402.52 takes heat number 1 for Sam Combe. An amazing first swim out of heat 1. 404.58, also a lifetime best by 10 seconds. That would be the pool record too. 404.58 for Liam Simmons out of lane 5. Sean Erdley brings home the group in 412.84. Well, that's a lifetime best by 3 seconds. Up next, heat number 2.
Congratulations to Sam Combe with a new pool record of 402.52 out of the first heat. Congratulations, Sam. Event number 12, boys 18 and under, 400 IM, heat number 2 of 2, 6 swimmers, Mr. Referee.
Okay, in the water now is heat number 2 of the boys 18 and under 400-yard individual medley. Swimming in lane 2 is Kupski, in 3, Tao. In 4, Diarino. 5 is Broski, 6, Combe, and 7, Gray. So the excellent swim we saw in heat number 1 came from Sam Combe. This is Zach Combe, maybe an older brother, swimming in lane number 6 in heat 2. So he's got to have, a little extra motivation in his back pocket now that he's seen his brother put up that great first swim. Well, that motivation's shining through so far. He's got the fastest 100 butterfly split, quarter of the way through the race, 53.02. That in and of itself is a good 100 fly time. 53.02 out of lane 6. Zach Combe, that's his butterfly split. Okay, we've got the halfway split now. A nice backstroke leg puts Diarino a hair ahead of Combe at the 200 split. 153.08 is where Landon Diarino found himself after the backstroke leg. He's the top overall seed in the event. He's been 356.44 at his best. Again, the pool record stands right now at that 402.65 we saw in heat number 1 with 150 yards remaining. The podium right now is certainly separated themselves. 226, 227, and 229 are the 250 splits for Diarino, Combe, and Broski out of lane 5. Okay, so now we've got the 300 split for the leader of the pack, and it's by 4 or 5 body lengths. Landon Diarino, 259.84, so he's the lone swimmer under 3 minutes at the 300 split. If he brings the freestyle back comfortably under a minute, he could beat his previous lifetime best of 356.44. His first 50 of the freestyle is 28.06. Interestingly, Zach Combs' 50 freestyle, 26.76 on the first 50. So he's going to charge the best he can back into this race with 25 more yards. And this could be, the leader versus the final ditch all-out sprint distance effort here. It might be 0.2 of a second separate them. 354.64 is going to be the champion swim for Landon Diarino. He's a 15-year-old out of lane 4. 354.64. 354.81 will be good for second for Zach Combe. Third will definitely be Paul Broski, 359.90.
Landon with a brand new pool record, 354.64. The pool is now open for warm-up and warm-down. Feet first entry, please.
So kudos go to Landon Diarino, 354.64 for the new pool record and the event win. And the boys, 18 and under, 400-yard individual medley. 10-minute break, and we'll resume with the 100-yard butterfly.
If we can get our timers and officials back to our station, we'll move on with event 13 next. Swimmers, please clear the pool. Please clear the pool. Okay, everybody, the next event, event 13, boys 18 under 100-yard butterfly. There'll be 5 heats. Heat number 1 has 4 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, folks, we're checking back in from our first break as the referee invites 4 swimmers from heat number 1 of the 100 butterfly up to the block. So there's going to be 5 heats of the boys 18 and under 100-yard butterfly. In the water for heat number 1 are 4 swimmers. In lane 3 is Max Bachman, and 4 Peter Kawash, and 5 Seth Spector, and in 6 Patrick Casey. Fastest at the wall, and by a pretty good margin, 24.14 is the 50 split for Peter Kawash. His previous best is 55.86. He's the fastest seed in heat number 1, and we'll see how much he breaks his best time by. I anticipate he will. The swimmer closing in closest on him is Max Bachman in lane 3. Could be a best time in store for him as well. So 52.89, a 3-second drop, just sets the tone here at the beginning of the 100 butterfly. So Kawash is 52.89 to take the heat. Bachman's 52.98. 54.58 will be Spector's time, and Casey's going to round out the group with 55.37. Pretty much 4 for 4, 3-second drops. On to heat number 2.
Event number 13, boys 18 under 100-yard butterfly. Heat number 2 of 5, 8 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, up next for heat number 2, we've got 8 swimmers. In lane 1 is Papa Nicola. In 2, Goodyear. 3 is Kupski. 4, Wang. 5, Mustaine. 6, Blacker. 7, Duran, and 8, Camden. As we saw 3 just killer times in the first group, 4, we'll see if that momentum carries into heat number 2. 23.55 by a whole body length. Lane 1's Marcus Papanikolaou had the lead at the 50 mark. He's still got it at the 75, but it might be by just about a half body length now. He certainly demonstrated his ability to take the 50 out, and I think he'll hold on for the 100. A long finish for Papanikolaou, but that finish is good for a 3-second best time. 51.06 takes the heat for Marcus Papanikolaou out of lane 1. Second will be the swimmer in lane 2. Goodyear goes 51.22. And third will be Wang, 52.23. So again, like in that group, best times by just about 3 seconds. Marcus Papanicula, 51.06, leads the pack right now as the fastest time. On to heat number 3.
Event number 13, boys 18 and under, 100-yard butterfly. Heat number 3 of 5, 8 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, after 2 standout heats, next in the water is heat number 3 of 5 of the boys 100 butterfly. In lane 1 is Heasley, 2 Benner, 3 Casey, 4 Soares, 5 Ramalho, 6 Shriver, 7 Hearn, and 8 Macbeth. We saw a 23 lead the first heat, and in this heat we've got 3 swimmers turning in 23s for their 50 split. Last time it was lane 1, this time it's lane 8. Connor Macbeth is 23.44 at the 50 split. His previous best is 53.17. Last time the swimmer who was out in a 23 turned in a 51. So we'll see how that lands Macbeth this time. There's a couple swimmers that are right there too in lanes 2 and 3. The final spot of the wall is still going to belong to Macbeth, the fastest swim we've seen so far. 50.92 will take heat number 3 for Connor Macbeth. Second belongs to Benner up in lane 2. He's 51.08. And there's a tie for third. They changed the names too quickly for me. There's a tie for third between Casey and Hearn. They're both 51.43. So 50.92 for Connor Macbeth sets a new lifetime best by 2 seconds and change to take heat number 3, 50.92.
Event number 13, boys 18 and under, 100-yard butterfly. Heat number 4 of 5, 8 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, so we're 3 for 3 so far on big time best times leading the pack in heats 1, 2, and 3. In the water for heat 4, we've got in lane 1 Foley and 2 Ecobelli, 3 is Desclus, 4 Sivaram Krishnan, 5 is Hayes, 6 Wang, 7 Jessica Lane, and 8 Brownstead. The winner in the last couple heats has always been a 23 at the wall. This time we've got 4 swimmers that were 23 at their first 50. The fastest of that group was 23.62. That's Ben Desclose in lane 3. So that fast first 50 from Desclose will earn him second in the group, but first place belongs to Gary Wang out of lane 6. He's 50.34. Chops another half second off the fastest time we've seen so far. 50.34 will be Gary Wang's time to win the heat. Second does belong to Ben Desclose. He's 50.98. And third in that group will be Michael Ecobelli out of lane 2, 51.46. So we've got another 50 point to win heat number 4. This time it's 50.34 Gary Wang holds the fastest time going into the final heat. The pool record actually sits at 48.85, so we're still
Event
about a
13,
second and a
boys
half
18
away
under
from the
100
pool
yard
record.
butterfly.
That's
Heat
held by
number
Daniel
505,
Deal.
Final heat. Mr. Referee.
We'll see what they got in Heat 5 as far as this pool record goes. Okay, in the water now is heat number 5. In lane 1, Feckman Jr., and 2, Luke, and 3, Fink. 4 is Shahan, 5, Janton, 6, Armbruster, 7, Clark, and 8, Williams. So we never see a 22 point at any point for the first 50 here. But in this heat, this is the first time we've got all 23s, 8 for 8. Every swimmer approaching this race with the same strategy. They all turn in a 23 point on their first 50. The fastest split by 1/100th of a second was Ian Shahan. He was 23.18 at the 50 mark, and he only had the lead by 100th of a second. If he does, holds that lead into the second half, 49.62 will win the event for Ian Shahan. Second belongs to Dalton Fink, 49.91. They'll be the two swimmers under 50 point. Third is going to be the swimmer in lane 6, Andy Armbruster, 50.10. So 49.62 will take the event for Ian Shahan. He will win the 100 butterfly, but come up a little short of the pool record. So a whole series of best times and big drops in that group lead us into another 10-minute break before the boys 18 and under 200-yard freestyle. Stick with us. We'll see you in 10 minutes.
pace, and we'll get this show on the road. So event number 14, boys 18 and under, 200 yards freestyle. We have 4 heats. Heat number 1, 6 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
All right, folks, as we welcome you back from the break, we're going to have 4 heats of the boys 18 and under 200-yard freestyle. Heat number 1 will feature 6 swimmers. In lane number 2, that's Devaney, and 3 Seidman, 4 Schonk, 5 Combe, 6 Casey, and 7 Kaufman. I almost missed it. Here at the first 50, he might be practicing some strategy I don't know about. John Devaney was out in 21.78 at his feet at the 50 mark. He's seated at 149.09 as his best 200, so maybe he'll touch it his hand for the 200. Yeah, he does. Okay, so that's what happened. He was going for 100 time, 46.34, so cheers to John Devaney for a good 100 split. He's going to swim easy for the remaining 4 laps. You don't see that often, but you see it at swim meets occasionally, and that's cool. Cool thing for folks to recognize. In lane 7, Eli Kaufman now has the lead for the swimmers that will continue to do the actual 200 freestyle. Kaufman has 3 body lengths on the rest of the field. He's 1:16.61 with 50 yards remaining. His third 50, an impressive 26.48. Eli Kaufman's best is listed at a 149.11. He's definitely going to beat that now. The question's by how much. He might be 144. So 149.11 is the listed best. He's going to be better than that, like 143. 143.11 is Eli Kaufman's time at a heat number 1. We've had this a couple times this weekend, and I love every time it happens. A pool record in heat number 1. 143.11 will be the pool record for Eli Kaufman. Second in the heat will belong to Seidman, 145.91, a second drop for him. And third will be Schonk, 146.78. Pool record, 143.11. Eli Kaufman, that's an exciting one. We still got 3 more heats to go.
Event number 14, boys 18 and under 200-yard freestyle. Heat number 2 of 4, 8 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, in the water now is heat number 2. We saw a pool record already get posted in heat number 1 by Eli Kaufman at 143.11. we're not going to see anyone in Heat 2 do what John Devaney did in Heat number 1, which was go for 100 time at his hand. So we're going to have a more traditional heat of 200 freestyle here in number 2. In lane 1 is Brownstead, and 2 Kassé, 3 Welgosh, 4 Moen, 5 Simmons, 6 Jellig, 7 Hemingway, and 8 Grossi. So the 100 split will definitely belong to Welgosh in lane 3. 48.60 was his 100. His previous best is 145.01. Max Moen has the fastest seed time in the heat at 145 or 144.46. So with 50 yards remaining, we can start to see if we'll get a faster time in this group. There's a good shot we will. 114.83 is Raymond Welgosh's 150 split. He's got 2 seconds on the rest of the pack, and he's going to bring this back probably in a 26 or a 27. The pace to me looks like a 27. I think he's getting tired, but he's easily going to hold on to take the heat win. He'll crush his 145 best time, and he'll probably be 141.55. Well, that pool record lasted for 2 minutes. 141.55 will be a big lifetime best for Raymond Welgosh to take heat number 2. Second in the heat will be Simmons out of lane 5. He's 142.47. Third belongs to John Brownstead, 143.07.
Congratulations to Raymond Welgosh from Suburban Swim Club with a new pool record.
Well, the trend so far has been big drops. We'll see how long Welgosh has got that one for. 141.55 is the Keystone Aquatics pool record for a couple more minutes, or maybe for a long time. We'll see. Up next, heat number 3.
Event number 14, boys 18 and under, 200 freestyle. Heat number 3 of 4, 8 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, in the water now is heat number 3 of the boys 18 and under 200-yard freestyle. In lane 1 is Elder, and 2 Lukey, and 3 Routson, 4 is Goodyear, 5 Replogle, 6 Mustaine, 7 Foley, and 8 Blake. As we've established, the pool record has fallen in both heat number 1 and heat number 2. The swimmer in lane 6, Ben Mustaine, is actually, before the event started, he was the pool record holder. So we'll look to see if he puts up a fight to defend his title here at the halfway point, 48.73 in lane 6. Replogle is the swimmer right now who's most poised to take a new pool record. But that 141.55 out of heat 2 is going to be formidable for at least one more heat. So the swimmers putting up 141s were a little faster at the 150 split, but the group right now is led by still Replogle by 0.3 of a second. His 150 split was 115.56. Right behind him was Goodyear in lane 4, who's the fastest seed in the heat. Goodyear looks like he's swimming the race with emphasis on the final 50, and that's a win for heat number 3 for Goodyear, just a little shy of the pool record posted in the previous heat. So Goodyear will take the heat in 142.08. Second will belong to Foley, 142.45. Third will be Replogle, 142.64. So three 142s take that heat. 142.08 is the fastest in heat number 3 for Connor Goodyear out of lane 4. 141.55 is still where the pool record stands, with heat number 4 remaining.
Event number 14, boys 18 under 200 freestyle. Heat number 404, final heat. 8 swimmers, Mr. Referee.
Okay, so the top time we've seen so far is 141.55. In heat number 4, we got 8 new swimmers trying to top that time. Lane 1's Bachman, 2 Hearn, 3 Giuliano, 4 Butera, 5 Combs, 6 Janton, 7 Deppen, and 8 McFadden. The fastest one at the wall was 22.39, belonging to Chris Giuliano out of lane 3. He's got a long stroke, propelling him to first at the 75 mark, but he's just neck and neck with the swimmer in lane 8, Henry McFadden. McFadden's best time has been 140.78. Giuliano's been 139.41. I think McFadden's going to be first at the 100. He is. 46.90 at the feet is the 100 split for Henry McFadden, setting him up nicely to break 140 for the first time in his 200 freestyle career. The gentlemen in the middle of the pool have been 137 and 138 at their best, but they're going to have to put in a nice second half showing to catch up with Giuliano and McFadden, who have got the lead still with 50 yards remaining. The lead goes back to Giuliano by a full second. 112.18 is where Chris Giuliano has positioned himself, and he looks well situated to take the win and probably the pool record with about 10 yards remaining. The clock is ticking. It's going to be about a 138 at the wall. 137.02, and a series of 138s and 139s follow. So Chris Giuliano takes 2 seconds off his lifetime best. 137.02 will be the new pool record and event winner time. Second will belong to Butera out of lane 4, who had a nice finish. 138.62. Third will be Henry McFadden out of lane 8, who we said would take a chunk off his lifetime best. McFadden's 138.82. We're going to take another 10-minute break and resume with the 100 breaststroke, but props are in order for the 137.02 pool record for Chris Giuliano. We'll be back in 10.
by accident, they picked up a pair of airbuds behind the block. Please return them, but they were left on the bench. A pair of white airbuds were left behind the bench, and they're no longer there. If you picked them up by accident because they were near your town, please return them. It'd be great to have those back. Everybody likes their airbuds. Yes, you can bring your airbuds back and pick them up by accident. Bring them back to the control room or the announcer. Thank you. Okay, we can get our timers and officials back to our station. Get our timers and officials back to our station. And next event for everybody is going to be 100 breaststroke. Okay, event number 17 here, or sorry, event number 15. Event number 15, boys 18 and under 100-yard breaststroke. We have 4 heats. Heat number 1, 3 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, folks, I want to welcome you back from the break for the boys 18 and under 100-yard breaststroke. Defer to the starter here. Okay, there's going to be 4 heats of the boys 18 and under 100-yard breaststroke. Heat number 1 has just 3 swimmers. Ramalho is in lane 3, Drexler in lane 4, and Goodyear in lane 5. The current pool record in this event's a quick one, 56:30. I don't expect it to fall in heat number 1, but there's a good shot it will later. The swimmers in this heat are seated at 104 and 106, respectively. 27.89 actually is the first 50 split for Luke Ramalho, who was seated third of the 3 swimmers, but has the lead with 25 yards remaining. So a nice start for Ramalho will definitely propel him to a new lifetime best. He's been 106.60. So it might not be under a minute, but the winner of this heat will be a 100. 101.21 will be Noah Drexler out of lane 4, a new best for him. Luke Ramalho will be 1 minute .70, and 101.14 will be Connor Goodyear's time. That's heat number 1. 3 more heats to go.
Event 15, boys 18 under 100-yard breaststroke. Heat number 2 of 4, 8 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, so after some big lifetime bests in heat number 1, we've got 8 swimmers now in heat 2. Swimming in lane 1 is Kaufman, and 2 is Gray, and 3 is Papanicolaou, and 4 Blacker, 5 Welgosh, 6 McBrien, 7 Williams, and 8 Diarino. We saw that group take it out in some 27s in the previous heat. We get 126, 26.90 will be McBrien's split out of lane 6. He's been 100.21 at his best. With 20 yards remaining in his race, he looks poised to break a minute for the first time. Only one swimmer has been under a minute previously. 59.32 is the seed time for Alex Blacker, who has lane 4. 57.78 will take it from McBrien, who led from the jump. Second will go to lane 8, Diarino, 58.74. Third will be Welgosh, 59.37. Well, gosh, that was a fast heat. So Dan McBrien, 57.78, a 3-second drop, and the fastest time we've seen so far. He's 1 second shy of the 56.3 pool record. We'll see where that falls in heat 3 or heat 4. 2 heats to go.
Event 15, boys 18 under, 100-yard breaststroke. Heat number 3 of 4, 8 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, we've got 2 heats remaining in the boys 18 and under 100-yard breaststroke. Swimming in heat 3, in lane 1 is Erdley, 2 is Ecobelli, 3 Gosden, 4 Wang, 5 Duran, 6 Benner, 7 Broski, and 8 Tao. We saw a 57.78 in the previous heat. That was the result of a 26 split on the first 50 for Dan McBrien. We've got 2 26s leading out the pack for heat number 3. 26.68 is the faster of the 2. That's Jake Wang in lane number 4. He is inch for inch right now with lane 3's Michael Gosden. They've been 57.20 and 58.0 at their best. We'll see perhaps some 56s or 7s to win the event. It's 56s. 56.52 takes the heat win for Gosden. 56.77, second in the heat for Wang. Third will go to Benner at a lane 6, 58.17. So some 1.5 second drops. The pool record still stands by 0.2 of a second. 56.52 takes heat number 3 for Michael Gosden.
Event number 15, boys 18 under, 100-yard breaststroke. Heat number 404, final heat. Mr. Referee.
Okay, in the water now is heat number 4 of 4 of the boys' 100-yard breaststroke. Swimming in lane 1 is Elder, and 2 Durkin, 3's Clark, 4 Matheny, 5 Hong, 6 Heasley, 7 Wang, and 8 Park. Matheny's previous best, 52.56. He has about a 1 body length lead. It might be a body length and a half at the 50 mark. 24.57 is his 50 split. His previous best of 52.56 is 1.4 seconds shy of the national age group record in this event. That record is held by Reese Whitley, set in 2018, 51.16. He put together an awesome 200 yesterday, and the distance prowess is showing. The 100 won't fall today, but still a new lifetime best for Josh Matheny. 52.02 to take the event by 3 seconds. I mean, credit is definitely in order for the gentlemen around him who also put up lifetime bests. 52.02 will be the new pool record for Josh Matheny out of lane 4. 55.62 will be good for second for Nick Clark. He drops half a second. And third in the heat will belong to lane 2, Ryan Durkin, who's 56.24. He drops 0.2 of a second as well. Just a quick group of breaststrokers. Matheny sets the pool record, and I'm sure he's in the all-time national rankings, even though he's short of the national age group record, 52.02. We're going to have a 10-minute break and resume with the 100 backstroke.
not bad. Maybe just like, I don't know. Maybe they're not upset, but it doesn't really like it. Okay, but there's a huge difference in the 100, 52.5 and 52 flat. That's just like I just need to swim that. You know, like my walls like killed me. I glided into them just last time I went. So, but yeah, but there's one thing to practice in terms of timing of it. That doesn't help either though, because you have to race. Like in a suit shape, it's like the time is totally different. I know, but it's a lot easier to time it when you race a lot more. And my stomach is hard. I'm happy. I don't know why you're not happy.
Get our timers and officials back to our station. So we get our timers and officials back to our station. We'll finish up with backstroke, with 100 backstroke. Alright, event number 16, boys 18 and under 100-yard backstroke. We'll be having 5 events in this. The full record is 47.44 by Daniel Neal. Heat number 1, 3 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, in the water now is the final event of the 2020 Winter 18 Under Championships here at Keystone Aquatic Center. This is going to be heat 1 of 5 of the 100 backstroke. There's 3 swimmers in this heat. Connor Macbeth is in lane 3, Michael Gosden's in 4, and Landon Diarino is in 5. And considering the seed times, well, they're out quick. Macbeth was out in a 25.0 at his feet, which usually suggests around a 52 or 53. His seed is 56.15. I'm watching the clock now, and I think it will be 52.41. A 4-second drop to set the tone with 4 more heats to go. 53.03 will be Landon Diarino's time. Michael Gosden will clock in at 56.19. 4 more heats to go.
Event 16, boys 18 under 100 yard backstroke. Heat number 2 of 5. 6 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, in the water now is heat number 2 of the 100 backstroke. We already saw 52 go up in heat number 1. In the water now, there's 6 swimmers. In lane 2 is Brownstead, 3 Blake, 4 Hayes, 5 Seedman, 6 Gelling, and 7 Replogle. It looks like it'll be Replogle or Blake first at the wall. It's Blake. So Teddy Blake out of lane 3 puts up a 25.54. Last time the 25 we saw gave way to a 52. Teddy Blake's previous best is 53.85, so I'm sure he'd be satisfied with a 52 as well. We'll see if it matches up with the first heat. Lane 5's Josh Seedman is definitely there too. Seedman ends up taking the heat with the fastest second 50. He's 26.16 in the second half. 51.94 is his final time. Seedman takes the heat with a new lifetime best. Second belongs to Teddy Blake in lane 3, 52.23, a best time for him as well. Third will be lane 7's Jacob Replogle, 53.14. Best times all around. 3 heats to go. Up next, heat 3.
Event number 16, boys 18 and under 100 yard backstroke. Heat number 3 of 5, 8 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, in the water now is heat number 3. Swimming in lane 1 is Spectre, and 2 Hamill, 3 is Shonk, 4 Wang, 5 Jessica Lane, 6 Camden, 7 McBride, and 8 Broski. Top seed in this heat's 52.12 from Gary Wang. We've already seen a 51 in the previous heat from Josh Seedman. Those swimmers who went 51s and 52s were out at a 25 point at their feet. 24.97 is the first time we've seen a 24. That belongs to lane 6, Eric Camden. So he had a killer first 50. He looks like he might have it by a hair with 10 yards remaining, but 2, 3, and 4 are all in there as well. So Camden will end up second in the heat. First will be Alex Hamill out of lane 2. 51.60 is the fastest time we've seen so far. 51.63 is the second place time for Eric Camden. Third is going to belong to lane 3's Ethan Schonk. He's been 52.37 at his best, 51.77 for a half-second drop in heat number 3. So a grouping of 51s lead that pack. We have 2 more heats to go. We're still shy of the pool record, but, you know, the theme all weekend has been seeing those fall. We'll go for it this time as well. 2 heats remaining.
Event number 16, boys 18 and under, 100-yard backstroke. Heat number 4 of 5, 8 swimmers. Mr. Referee.
Okay, in the water now is heat number 4. Swimming in lane 1 is Hemingway, 2, Shriver, 3, Armbruster, 4, Simmons, 5, Deppen, 6, Grossi, 7, Kawash, and 8, Elder. 24.10 is the fastest 50 split we've seen so far. That belongs to the top seed in the heat, Liam Simmons. 51.51 is his previous best. 51.60 is the fastest time we've seen so far. He's got a full body length lead with 20 yards left and a nice final underwater. His chin's high in the water, his hips are still at the surface, and he's spinning nicely with a nice shoulder roll. All of those things add up to a 49.88. The first 100 we've seen under 50 in the 100 back so far. 49.88 takes the heat for Liam Simmons. Second will belong to Elder out in lane 8, 51.26, so he drops 3/4 of a second off his best. And third will be Shriver out of lane 2, 51.35. 49.88 is the new standard with 1 heat remaining. Still 2.5 seconds shy of the pool record. I know that looked like a really quick time, and trust me, it was. The pool record of 47.44 will be tough to get. 1 heat left to go.
Event number 16, boys 18 under, 100-yard backstroke. Heat number 505, final heat of the meet. Mr. Referee.
Okay, this is our final heat of the entire swimming meet. Heat 5 of the men's 100 backstroke. In the water is in lane number 1 is Giuliano, and 2 Shahan. 3 is Suarez, 4 is Jantin, 5 Butera, 6 Fechtman Jr., 7 Fink, and 8 Siraram Krishnan. The fastest 50 split is 23.10. That's Tommy Jantin, 16-year-old in lane 4. Well, he's a Western Wahoo. I know we've seen Jersey Wahoos all weekend. He's from out west. He's got 10 yards left, and the race is definitely going to be his. At the final wall, 28-23, an awesome 100 backstroke. I'm 48-23. 28-23 would be a really remarkable 100 back, wouldn't it? You know what else is a remarkable 100 back? 48-23. That'll be Tommy Janton's time to win the men's 100 backstroke. Second is going to belong to lane 1, Giuliano. He's 49.08, a best time for him as well. Third is going to go to Butera, 49.13. That's going to conclude this evening's session as well as the entirety of the Winter 18 and Under Championships here at Keystone Aquatics. An exciting 2 days of action, lots of very fast swims. Be sure to follow Keystone Aquatics on the Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube. We intend for all of our meets for the foreseeable future to do these live streams and keep providing this service for you spectators. So please follow and subscribe so you can be aware of our subsequent meets to come. We'll be on the live stream if you'll be here watching. Enjoy your weekend, and that concludes this 2 days of swimming action. Good night.